Hello everyone and welcome back to another vlog. Gonna try and start doing these maybe once a month. My aim is to do them at least twice a month to try and give you guys an update of what's going on with me and the site and everything. But I don't know if I'll be able to do twice a month, one, because there might not be anything to tell. And two is just kind of my work schedule. I don't know if I'll be able to fit two in. But the goal is two, but at least one every month. So this is the first one, and it's actually, I recorded one a while back, and as I was putting it together and editing it down, I realized I was just kind of repeating the same thing over and over again with stuff. So I kind of scrapped that one and then went into the DVD one that you guys would have seen before. And now this is the first official vlog, I guess you could say. Well, first of all, let me fix my glasses here. So I got a little list of bullet points over here that I want to talk about, just so I'm not rambling endlessly and repeating myself a lot. First thing is movie reviews. I know there haven't been that many this year. For those of you who don't know, not too long ago I switched over to a graveyard shift. My schedule is now all graveyard, which by the time I get out of work it's about 8 a.m. and the theater here doesn't run its first showing till like 11:30, 11:45. So in order for me to go see a movie, I would have to go see it right after work, because by the time I get home, I get settled in, and either I'm tired and I end up going to sleep, or I just don't want to go back out and do anything afterwards. So I kind of have to see a movie right after work if I'm going to see it, but that involves staying at the theater for like 3 hours waiting for the movie to start, which I was doing before, but when I was doing it before, I originally had Tuesdays and Wednesdays off, and Tuesday is the discount movie day. It's like $5 all day regardless of what movie you see, and that's why I was mainly going to those. I would go on my day off Tuesday, I'd get out of work, I'd hang around, go to the movie, see like 3 or 4 movies, go home, go to sleep, and then have like the entire next day off still. Now they've changed it to where I have Fridays and Saturdays off. So one, I'd be paying full price for the movie. And yeah, it's just, especially with it being the weekend, theater's a lot more crowded. And I've worked the whole week, where before I was working like 2 days, and I'd have 2 days off, then I'd work another 3 days. And then, well, it would actually carry over into the following week, but I don't know, it just seemed like I had a break in the middle where now it feels that I don't, so I'm getting burned out on work a lot easier, if that makes sense. So I'm still trying to squeeze movies in, but as far as like when to do them, I just haven't had the energy lately. There's still a lot of stuff I want to see before the end of the year, and who knows what I'm going to get to see. There's a lot of stuff I missed just in the last couple months that I was planning on reviewing, but we see where that ended up. Second situation is still with money. Like I said, I'm paying for these out of pocket, and I don't get them free like I did when I worked at the movie theater. I can afford movies now, but I'm still trying not to spend more than I have to. Like there's another theater up the street where I could still see like 3 or 4 of the movies that I've missed this season, but their movie tickets are like $12 each, where the one here is at most $7, depending on what time of day I go and if I get my employee discount or not. Because it's actually, the theater is actually inside of my work, so because we work in the same building, even though I'm not directly a theater employee, I get like a 10% discount or something off of the ticket. So the 7 gets knocked down to like $5.50 or something like that. So there's still that issue. The theater across town, their prices are still like $5 all the time, but my car has been having issues over the last couple of years, and it seems like every time I fix one thing, about a month later something else breaks on it. So I really don't want to have to drive it further than I have to, and to go across town just to see a movie isn't really a have-to situation. So that's why I haven't been getting over to see movies over there. There's also the Dollar Theater here that I've been wanting to go to, see stuff as it's like leaving theaters, because it'd be a little bit cheaper money-wise, and I could still get it out before it goes out on DVD. But that's also kind of a drive. So yeah, that's kind of the situation with the movies. I do want to see more. I just haven't had the energy or time to really do it. As far as the end of the year top and bottom 12, I'm still going to do something with that, but I believe currently I've seen a total of 11 movies this year, so obviously there won't be a top or bottom 12. So I might knock it down to like a top and bottom 5 for this year. We still got a whole another month and a half of this year, so hopefully I can squeeze some more in and kind of pad that out a little bit. Otherwise there'll be like one movie not listed on one of them, and then the worst movies will end up getting kind of padded out with stuff that wasn't really that bad, which I don't want. So yeah, there's going to be something with that. I just don't know exactly what yet, but it'll probably be a shaved down version of what it's been the last few years, which might be good for you guys because those videos do get kind of long, and I'm not sure you guys actually want to sit through them all that much. So yeah. So that kind of takes us to the end of the movie review section. Next up is product placement. I know these have been few and far between, mostly because it's getting kind of hard to find items outside of holidays. I know there's like a world market somewhere near here that I could go and get some more foreign stuff, but again, there's that driving issue. Once I get the car fixed, like the last couple things, like one was the air conditioner, that wasn't a big deal. Then there was like an issue with the brakes, which wasn't huge, but I managed to get that fixed, and now there's a problem with one of the wheels is got some problems, so I don't want to be driving down the road and have my wheel go flying off, basically. So until I can get that fixed, driving's kind of limited. But product placement is still going to be around. If nothing else, I'm going to try and start doing some more chain reactions, do some like fast food type of things, because I've actually been seeing a lot of stuff that I missed that I didn't even know about. So there is that. What else? Speaking of the holiday specials, the Christmas season is coming up. We just did the Halloween special, which this year I want to go back to something I did a couple years ago as far as the Christmas thing goes. I think it was 2, maybe 3 years ago, doing the Christmas special. I did like one item a week over 5 weeks. I don't know if I want to space them out a week at a time. What I kind of want to do is more like an advent calendar type of thing, where I have like one item per day over the course of the month. That way it's kind of shorter videos, more products. The problem with that is coming up with 25 items. Luckily this year, Christmas has been good to us, and there are a lot of holiday-themed candies for Christmas that I haven't already tried. There's a lot of the ones I have already tried, so now's the time to check those out if you did want to check them out. But there have been a lot this year. Unfortunately, not 25 of them. And again, there's the whole issue with money, because on the ones that I have picked up so far, I spent quite a bit, and obviously, based on what I make off these videos, I'm not going to see the return of it. But that has nothing to do with the video, because I do the video so you guys have something to watch, whether you like it or not. So I don't think an advent calendar type of thing would work. So what I'm thinking is I currently have roughly 14 items. Plus there's like 4 or 5 other items that aren't Christmas related that I'm going to do as product placements. So even then, I'd still be looking for like 6 or 7 items to fill out the whole month as doing it as an advent calendar. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do with the 14 items I have now, there's at least 4 that I can pair up. So I might do like a 12 days of Christmas thing and do like one per day up to starting 12 days before Christmas leading up to Christmas Day. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Most likely it is, because I really don't want to go out and spend money on a whole bunch more stuff for Christmas. So those will be coming up soon. So there's going to be product placement 12 days of Christmas. I do still like the idea of doing an advent calendar, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I'll just go buy an advent calendar and open up one day at a time starting December 1st, and you guys can kind of go through the advent calendar with us, or with me, I should say. Funny thing about advent calendars is apparently they've been around since I was a kid, or long before that, but it was something I was never really exposed to as a kid. Like, my first time ever really hearing about an advent calendar was when I was watching probably one of my more favorite Christmas movies, Bad Santa, because the kid in there has an advent calendar. And I was like, what's an advent calendar? So I kind of looked it up, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I realized that there was actually one in, I think it was Home Alone, the thing where he's opening up a different door every day. That was basically an advent calendar. But I never realized that's what that was when I was a kid. The first time I ever really heard about an advent calendar outside of that was on some other YouTubers' videos, mainly people from England, or that area, the UK, where they were doing advent calendar kind of things. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just like a European thing. But no, apparently it's been around the US for a while. I was just never exposed to it as a kid. So I do like the idea of doing one. Like I said, it'd be a matter of finding a way to do it. Like some of the YouTubers, they have gifts sent in, and they do a couple per day as part of their advent calendar. I'm not going to ask you guys to send me gifts, at least not yet. If you want to send me something, I don't know where you'd send it, because I'm not going to give you my home address, and I can't really get a P.O. box set up at the moment to do it. If you guys are interested in sending me something, though, by all means, let me know, and maybe I can arrange something. But I'm not asking for anything, so you're not obligated to do it, and don't do it out of, oh, I should probably send him something because he's asking in the video. No, I'm not asking for anything. I'm just saying, maybe a future thing I could do it like what other YouTubers do. But for right now, as far as an advent calendar, I did see one at Walmart last year. Haven't seen one at Walmart this year, but I did see one, I think, at Walgreens the other day. But it's just a very basic one, so I might at least film that and see how it goes. And if I'm not happy with the way the videos turn out, I might just scrap the idea. So if you don't see it, don't panic. It's just it didn't pan out the way I thought. But yeah, so that'll be another holiday video that I can throw up. So I'll do one advent calendar a day, leading up to the 12 days of product placement, and then there'll be 2 a day going through that up until Christmas. Let's see what else. Okay, next thing is gameplay. So I know I've been only posting a couple of different games, and believe me, I know I want to do more. I need to do more. I have a list of 80-something games that I purchased on Steam, plus the N64 stuff I've bought recently. I want to start doing more games. I was actually going to record some games the other day, and I'm not sure what happened because none of my settings have changed since the last time I recorded games. But for some reason now when I try and record a game, it's ridiculously choppy, and I don't know what's causing it. As a character's walking across the screen, they would normally be walking like this. In my video, they're going. But then when I stop the recording, they're back to. So I'm not sure what's causing that. I've tried adjusting my settings. I actually set my screen recorder to low-end PC, and it seemed to take care of the problem a little bit. But this isn't a low-end PC. It's been working fine, recording videos and gameplay ever since I got it. It's nowhere near low-end. But something on it is not functioning properly, so like I said, it did take care of the problem a little bit. Setting it to low-end PC is still going to give me decent quality of what I have recorded, but there's still some slugginess to it, and I'd really like to get that worked out so the game looks good and doesn't look really laggy to you guys. So gameplays, there is more coming. I just have to figure out what the hell's going on with my computer. I may have to get my other computer out, hook that back up, and has that as just my game recording PC, and then this one be my working PC. Oh, sorry about the light changing there. I didn't realize there was. Wow, not sure what's causing that, because the light's actually over there. I'm putting my hand over here. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what's going on with gameplay. Also, if there's games you would like to see me play, like I said, purchasing games on Steam, there's that money issue, so it's kind of limited, but I do have, like I said, 80-something games that I'd like to play through. Every time there's a Steam sale, I'm buying at least 5 new games off their like 10 and under menu, or $10 and under menu. So there is stuff that I'm still buying. There's stuff I've been wanting to do for a while that's on the back burner. Obviously, if a game costs like $60 to play it, I'm not going to be able to do it at this time unless someone wants to gift it to me, which, again, not asking, but if you want to, let me know. I'll drop you my Steam name, and then there's that. So yeah, gameplays will be coming more other than just safe crackers and another perspective. Another perspective I need to get back into. Safe crackers I've actually wrapped up. I just put up episode 16, and I think it goes up to 18. 17 is done editing, ready to go, but I'm going to hold off on that until I'm done editing 18 so I can put them out like a day apart or 2 days apart or something. So that's coming to an end, so I definitely need new games. And I'm sure some of you will be glad, like, oh god, he's finally done with this game. It's taken as long as Cube. Oh, by the way, speaking of Cube, apparently there's a director's cut. Not going to play back through the whole game, but I might play through and just record the parts that are different, and then just show them as like additional puzzle type of things. So that's games. Other than that, starting next year in January, we got CES coming up again. As far as I know, I'm going. I have my tickets purchased. I have to check the dates so I can put in my time off request for work, but as far as my boss said, there shouldn't be a problem. So the CES videos will be returning again this year. Not sure about next year because they are doing away with the free entry for industry affiliates. So this year they're still giving us a free entry if we were registered within a certain time and if we had gone at least like 2 or 3 consecutive years before. So they consider you alumni. I'm not sure if they're going to do that again next year. If they do, depending on my money situation at the time, I may still go, or I may not. I may try a different convention. So yeah, we'll see where that goes next year. But as far as right now, we're going to CES. Not sure who all's going with me this year. I know at least KT is going to be there again, and not sure who else out of his crew he's bringing. But I'll be there, he'll be there, so we'll get some good footage for you guys. Also, as far as the new year, not 100% sure yet, but I've been strongly considering moving again. The hard part about moving is, you got to give up the job you have, pack everything up, spend a bunch of money to move, and then go through the whole process of looking for a new job, finding something, getting money set, get money coming in so you can do stuff again. So there may be, like, if I do decide to move, there may be like the first part of the year hiatus thing again, kind of like what happened this year. Not 100% sure yet. Mainly, if I did move, it wouldn't be because, well, I was going to say it wouldn't be because I don't like it here anymore, but Vegas isn't really a place to live. Like, it's cool to visit. Like, during CES, I love it. But to come here and live, it just loses all of its magic, I guess you could say. Also, with my current living situation, having 2 roommates and living in basically a 1-bedroom apartment, it's just really hard for me to do the stuff I want to be able to do with this site and with this channel. So I've been strongly considering just kind of moving back to where, one, things are a hell of a lot cheaper. As an example, when I was living in Tennessee, I had full coverage on my car insurance, and I was paying less than $100 a month. It was like $78 or something like that. As soon as I moved here, it went up to almost $200 for the same coverage. I dropped all my additional coverage back to just the state minimum, liability or PLPD, whatever you want to call it, and I'm still paying almost like $120. So moving back to an area where things would be cheaper would allow me to put more money into doing this, which is actually when I originally planned on starting this, was when I was still living in Tennessee. Money wasn't a huge issue, and I had the time between work and home life to actually put effort into stuff, and then everything just kind of changed. Don't want to get too much into the details. That's for a later time, but I ended up here, and now everything is kind of taken a back burner just because of the living situation I'm in, the money situation I'm in, and I'm honestly tired of it. So I'm strongly considering just getting through the rest of this year, get CES done with, because I don't want to move and then have to come back in a couple months, for less than 2 months for CES, because I know I wouldn't be able to make it. So at least get through CES, get through tax season, and then kind of go from there. So if I do move, it would probably be sometime after February. So if you suddenly see me go on hiatus, like I said, I'm going to try and start doing these at least once a month to let you guys know what's going on. So I won't just disappear. I'll let you guys know. But if I do suddenly drop off, it's probably because I'm moving. Yeah, so I don't know where I would go or what I would do, but got a couple options open to me. So we'll see what becomes of that. Also, hopefully the audio is a lot better now. I've been tweaking my system and trying to figure out what all the problems were. I got most of them worked out, and hopefully they don't come back, but you never know. So that's about it as far as my bullet points. I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit because I've been working all night, and the only thing I have to drink is Mountain Dew, and that's not really helping clear my throat. I need to go get like a bottle of water or something. I'll have to see if my roommates have any. But yeah, so that's what's coming up in the next couple months from me as far as everything I've been doing. I do still want to get back into doing some more of the stuff that I had planned for the site, like cooking with Rev. That's something I want to do for a long time. Unfortunately, my kitchen is way too small. My laptop has gone to crap, so it's kind of hard for me to position a camera over there because I don't have a long enough cord to reach from the computer tower over to the kitchen to really see what I'm doing. My roommates constantly being in and out, it would just be really hard to put together a nice solid video that shows you guys what I'm doing without some type of interruption. Where if I move back to an older living situation, I could do, because yeah. It was just a lot easier back then. I don't know. For those of you who used to watch me back in the old days, I used to do a live stream every Christmas and Thanksgiving with me cooking this huge meal for, like, myself. Or, like, occasionally if my mother would stop by or something. So you'd occasionally see her on my old live streams. We'd have dinner, open presents, whatever, and then it would just be business as normal. So yeah, now I'm just kind of rambling, so like I said, I do want to get back into doing a lot of stuff, but living here, it ain't going to happen, so yeah. Anyway, so like I said, I'll keep you guys informed at least once a month now with these vlogs, and kind of let you know what's going on from day to day. In the meantime, I'm going to go record some product placements, because like I said, I got 4, maybe 5 items sitting over here that aren't Christmas related. I just found them as I was out buying Christmas stuff, so I can get those knocked out, get them done, and there'll be some more videos for you, other than just safe crackers and DVD hauls. Yeah. Oh, as far as haul videos, I haven't really picked up much new. I did buy like one new DVD the other day, but it's not really worth doing a whole video just for the one DVD. Maybe once I get a pile of them again. Haven't been back down to the other store yet, so who knows what sales they're having for Christmas. But yeah, so gonna wrap this up. I'm probably gonna cut a huge chunk of that ramble out because it's getting up to 25 minutes. But yeah, so I'm gonna go record some product placement, and until next time, again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next month.